Let me ask you something honest. When was the last time you checked your bank account and actually smiled?
Not that fake smile you give when someone asks how you're doing. I mean, a real smile.
Working 40, 50, 6 hours a week. Doing everything you were told would lead to financial security. Yet, that number in your savings account? It barely moves.
You're tired of living paycheck to paycheck with a college degree, and deep down, you're wondering if financial freedom is just for other people.
I'm here to tell you it's not. But first, we need to talk about why you're stuck. Here's what nobody tells you. The system isn't designed for you to get ahead. It's designed to keep you comfortable enough that you don't quit.
Skip the coffee, cancel Netflix, stop having fun, live like a monk for 30 years, and maybe you can retire at 6'5".
That's not a financial plan. That's a prison sentence with a retirement party at the end.
Reaching your first 100,000 isn't about sacrifice. It's about understanding how money actually works and building a system that works while you sleep.
Most people spend their lives earning money. Wealthy people build systems that earn money for them. That's the difference.
Not intelligence, not luck, not family connections, systems. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to build yours.
My name is Alpha. I've spent years studying why some people break through financially while others stay stuck for decades. The first 100,000 is the hardest money you'll ever save. But it's also the most important. Because once you cross that line, your money stops being just a number. It becomes a force, a tool, an employee working. The second 100,000 comes faster, the third even faster. That's why Charlie Munger said, the first 100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. Most people treat saving money like a New Year's resolution. January 1st hits. They're motivated. They're ready. They open a savings account. Make a budget. They feel good. Week 1? Perfect. They open a savings account. Make a budget. They feel good. Week 1? Perfect. Week 2? Pretty good. Week 3? Life happens. The car breaks down. Work gets stressful. And just like that, motivation is gone. Old habits creep back. 6 months later, they're right back where they started. The problem isn't you. It's not your willpower. The problem is you're trying to fill a bucket with holes in the bottom. You can pour water in all day, but you'll never fill it up. That's how most people handle money. They earn it, work for it, stress over it. But they never plug the leaks.
The wealthy understand something crucial. Wealth isn't built through sacrifice alone. It's built through systems that compound over time.
Every dollar you save today isn't just a dollar. It's several dollars in the future. It's freedom. It's options. It's breathing room.
They're fighting a math problem with emotions when they need a calculator. They're trying to out-earn bad systems instead of building better ones. But only if you know how to make it work for you. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. I'm going to walk you through 9 strategies that will accelerate your path to your first 100,000.
Let me guess what you've been told about saving money. Skip the daily coffee. That's $5 a day. Stop eating out. Cook at home. And look, I'm not saying those don't add up. They do. But cutting coffee won't get you to 100,000. It might save $1,500 a year. At that rate, you're looking at 6-7 years to hit your goal. You'll be dead before you're wealthy.
The real gains don't come from small cuts. They come from big decisions. Structural changes.
Automated systems that free up hundreds or thousands every month without making your life miserable. That's what we're focusing on. I'm going to walk you through 9 strategies. Some will feel obvious. Others will challenge everything you've been taught. But together, they form a complete system. A system that works even when you're not thinking about it.
A system that builds wealth while you're sleeping, working, or living your life. That's what separates those who talk about getting rich from those who actually do it.
Let me explain why the first 100,000 is so critical. Right now, if you have 5,000 saved, you're doing all the heavy lifting.
Every dollar comes from you, your paycheck, your side hustle, your sacrifice. You're building brick by brick.
And a 10% return on 5,000? That's 500 bucks. Nice, but not life-changing.
But once you hit 100,000, something shifts. A 10% return is $10,000. That's real money.
That's a quarter of what many people earn in a year. And you earned it doing nothing. Your money is now working for you.
That's the power of compound interest. It's not a myth. It's not theoretical. It's real. And it's exponential.
But here's the catch. You have to get to that first 100,000. You have to build the foundation. And that's the hard part. It's like pushing a boulder uphill. The beginning is brutal. But once you get to the top, it rolls on its own.
The first 100,000 takes the longest. But once you're there, the second comes faster, the third even faster. Let's start with something most people ignore: taxes. Taxes are probably one of your 3 biggest expenses every year, right up there with housing and transportation. Yet most people spend more time choosing coffee than minimizing taxes.
Tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks give you an immediate return. If you earn $50,000 and contribute $10,000 to a 401k,
At a 22% tax rate, you just saved $2,200. That's a guaranteed return before you even invest. You didn't have to pick the right stock. You didn't time the market. You just legally reduced your tax bill. Yet millions ignore this completely.
They leave thousands on the table every year. If you do nothing else from this video, start contributing to a tax-advantaged account.
Sure, it's the easiest money you'll ever make. Set it up once, and it runs automatically. No thinking required, just guaranteed. This one blows my mind. If your employer offers a match and you're not taking it, you're literally saying no to free money.
If your company matches 50% up to 6% of your salary, that's a guaranteed 50% return on day one. Show me another investment that does that.
You can't. It doesn't exist. And yet people hunt for discount codes to save $3.
While leaving thousands on the table at work. It makes 0 sense. This isn't optional. If your employer offers a match, you contribute at least enough to get the full match. End of story. This is free money. Take it.
Here's a mindset shift that changed everything for me. Stop trying to save harder from your main income. Instead, create a separate income stream.
Your main income pays for life, your bills, your rent, your food. This new stream, it builds wealth.
It could be freelancing, a side hustle, selling online. It doesn't have to be huge. Even an extra $500 a month adds up fast.
$500 a month invested over 20 years at 8%? That's over $290,000 from money that didn't even exist before.
The beauty is psychological. You're not depriving yourself. You're not cutting back. You're just redirecting new money toward your future. No resentment. No burnout. Just steady, sustainable progress toward financial freedom.
And here's the best part. This income stream is only for investing. You never touch it. You never miss it. It just grows.
Here's a small decision that makes a massive difference. When you invest in stocks or funds that pay dividends, you'll get cash payouts.
It feels great, and the temptation is to spend it. Don't. Reinvest those dividends automatically.
Historically, reinvested dividends account for a huge portion of total market returns. We're talking about the difference between
Same investment, same risk. The only difference is clicking a button to reinvest instead of taking the cash.
set it, forget it, let it compound for decades.
Fees are silent killers. A 1% fee doesn't sound like much, but over 30 years, the difference between 1% and 0.1%
can cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Why? Because fees compound against you.
Every dollar you pay in fees is a dollar that's not compounding in your favor. This is why index funds exist.
Same exposure to the market, lower cost. Don't pay someone 2% a year to underperform when you can own the entire market for almost nothing.
Your future self will thank you. Every single day.
Here's the uncomfortable truth. You're not going to outsmart the market. Neither am I.
Neither are 90% of professional investors.
People who try to time the market almost always lose money. Why? Because if you miss just the 10 best days over 30 years, you're...
And nobody knows when those days will happen. Nobody.
The market rewards consistency, not cleverness. Buy regularly. Hold long term. Ignore the noise.
Boring wins. Every single time.
You don't need to be a genius to build wealth. You don't need to pick individual stocks. You don't need to follow the news every day.
You need discipline. Broad market index funds, especially S&P 500 funds, do all the heavy lifting.
You own a piece of the 500 largest companies in America. You're diversified. You're low cost.
You're invested in the economy's growth. That's it. Stop overcomplicating it. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They get a raise, their income goes up,
And immediately, their lifestyle goes up even faster. New car, bigger apartment, nicer clothes. Result? Still broke, just with nicer stuff. The wealthy do the opposite.
When their income increases, their lifestyle stays the same. They invest the difference. That's the secret.
Delay the upgrades. Invest the raises. Your future self will have the life you want, but you have to build it first. This is the big one. Housing is the single largest expense for most people.
If it's eating more than 30% of your income, building wealth becomes incredibly difficult.
I'm not saying live in a shoebox forever, but temporary sacrifices here create permanent results.
Even a 20% reduction in housing costs can add hundreds of thousands to your net worth over time.
Get a roommate, move to a cheaper area, downsize for a few years. You're not giving up, you're setting up for permanent success.
None of these strategies work alone, but together, they change everything. The first 100,000 isn't magic. It's momentum. It's systems.
It's making smarter decisions today that compound into freedom tomorrow.
Your future self is depending on what you do right now. Not next month, not next year, right now.
So here's my question for you. What kind of future are you building?
Are you building one where you're still stressed about money at 50, at 60, or one where money works for you instead of the other way around?
And yet, that number in your savings account? It barely moves.